factors in family history. Know your family history. There's a lot of stigma around, oh, such and such passed away, but we're not going to talk about how how this person passed away. We're just going to, they're with God right now, and we just let the dead bury the dead, and all of this. No, we have to talk about how they died and what they died from, and then let them rest. Well, pray for them and all of that. But we have to know, because there are genetic markers, there are genetic genetic factors. Let's say for the BRCA gene, that's everybody knows about that one for breast cancer. Well, if a woman had that could also affect a man having a prostate issue, because these are glands, mammary glands, prostate glands. We have glandular systems. These are and the glands produce hormones. These are how you feel, right? These are the secretions that they that they put out. Is a lot of it is how you feel, right? So that's what I would say about that. I think I touched on that. Are there any other questions? Yeah.
This is not a question. I just want to add something here. Sure. I noticed that most people mix up the word prostate with the word prostrate.
Right. Yeah, we prostrate to God. Okay. And the prostate is a prostate gland.
Yeah. Next thing. Most men do not like to go to doctor. Mm-hmm. And this is definitely true. Mm-hmm. The wives and the girlfriends must encourage their husband to go to the doctor, because they don't like to go to the doctor. Next point. There are 3 main reasons why women live longer than men. And nobody can say that is not true. Most women will outlive men. What are the 3 reasons? One is because of the lacrimal gland, which they cry more. Nobody cannot say that women don't cry more than men. They cry for joy and they cry for sorrow. Number 2 is because of the metabolical cycle. Anabolism plus catabolism equal metabolism. The monthly cycle. And this one is very important for men. Women live longer than men because women are the recipient of the spermatococcus. So there are some women, I must be plain now, who are greedy. They want it how many times a night or day? Men, be careful. You are shortening your life. Amen.
So as we're on the topic of prostate cancer now, and we're saying genetic have part to deal with it, right? The part. So
it could be, yes.
Could be. So would it be advisable for those who have like family trace with that same problem to be screened at an earlier age than 40?
That's a very, very excellent point. Excellent point. Yes. Go ahead. So if you have this gentleman said men do not want to go to the doctor, especially black men. Okay, do not want to go to the doctor. Okay. Here we are at 40 years old. Most doctors, I won't say are mandated, but are encouraged to test their patients at 40 years old. Okay? But with a family history now, you can be in your 30s and go get that test. And the doctor, even if they say, oh, no, you don't need that test. Now you have to learn how to advocate for yourself when you're going to the doctor. Yeah. And you say, because I have a family history, I want you to have me take that test. Yeah. Right? So you have to learn how to advocate for yourself, and that's why it's important to understand the family history, so you can take that and empower yourself when you are at the doctor.
As you are talking about family history, suppose somebody in your family has female died from, let's say, breast cancer.
Yes.
No, more like not
more
I don't
likely.
know.
It's just it's
Probability.
it's a
Probability thing.
probability. Yeah, we can't identify one thing, but we're saying the more layers of, okay, there's environmental factors, okay, there's poor nutrition, okay, lack of exercise, okay, obesity, okay, now family history, okay, now with this compilation of things, there are more chances that a person may have. But gene expression, as the doctor may know, gene expression can go on and on, right? Depending on certain environmental factors. So, we can't say, we're not saying for sure just because, but we're saying it's another reason to advocate for yourself and know your status, especially if there is the family history.
So if they put everything like this in the data, I don't know if they.
So this is a reason why we're doing this work. We're literally compiling data to go to the state and say, okay, this is what's happening. This is the real numbers.
Exactly.
This is how many people were screened. This is how many people came out, regular. These are abnormal numbers. These are the abnormal. And another point, just if you a prostate, any gland grows and shrinks. The prostate gland, as we get older, grows. Okay, it grows. So just because you have an enlarged prostate, okay, doesn't mean that that's a cancerous a cancer issue. So it could be benign, right? So we just want to know the status, and every PSA test is going to just let you know the rate in which it's grown. Okay, so that's why it's important to take it year by year, because we know our first step. Okay, here we are today, but tomorrow, because a gland changes, or next year, in the future, it could be a different number. It could grow substantially more. It could have shrunk. So we just want to know. And being that the tests are so easy now, like I'm saying, soon it's going to be a prick of a finger. I could have just passed it around and everybody knows the status. It'll be that easy. We're not there now. It'll have to be a blood draw. If you don't have a primary care physician or insurance or anything like that, because we're with Weill Cornell, we can help you. We can sign you up right now. You take the paperwork free to LabCorp, and they just draw your blood, and we give you the results in about 2 days. So there's really, we want to make sure that you have no barriers. No, I can't because of, we'll help if you don't have transportation over there, talk to us. We'll help you with that. Everything, okay? So we just want to make sure that our communities are happy, healthy, and strong. Do we have any questions? Yeah?
You mentioned about environmental factors. I was in a certain facility and I noticed it was part of where a lot of nurses have breast cancer. And it was at a very high rate. And this place is being cleaned constantly with chemicals. Does that contribute those type of biohazard excellent?
If you ask me personally, I'll give you a certain answer. If you ask me today, as I'm representing Weill Cornell, I have to say potentially. But we can see the data shows us that in certain areas of the Bronx, for example, there's an astronomical amount of children with asthma. So these are obvious environmental factors. We know the parts of East New York used to be just dumping grounds. Everybody just come and dump their stuff. So we know these things. Scientifically, can we say that?
No,
Well, we will have to do the political way of answering that question. But let's use our common sense. We have to put 2 and 2 together for ourselves and for our communities. These are great questions and great thoughts to kind of make a correlation between outcomes and occurrences and things like that. It's a great question.
Yeah, those are great questions. Yeah, it's only a matter of looking at things related to causation and association, because as Dr. Pooch mentioned, there are so many different things that are involved in a particular outcome. So saying that one thing is the culprit, which it very well may be a very large component of that outcome, it doesn't necessarily mean that it may just be the cause. So it's looking at things holistically, right? That intersectionality of different things that are happening and that are leading to a particular outcome. So yes, and because we are with Cornell, we have to stick to what has been provided as far as the scientific proof and what we have. But yes, I think all of us, as far as common sense goes, the more that something is not natural, right?
Yeah.
The more we should be aware of it. So that's the thing that I think we're kind of putting out there, especially when it comes to like nutrition and the different things that processed meats and the different things that are out there. I'm going to be talking about colorectal health in a little bit, but all those things are definitely involved. And Dr. Booth is right, but there is like that. We have to be careful with that. That sort of view of this causes something, that causation, as opposed to just an association. We can say this is associated with this outcome, and that's the way it is. Of course.
Well, I just want to add to that. Men must not take it for granted, because not for any self-exaltation, my brother Glenn Smith was one of the greatest doctors in the world. He was an endocrinologist. And I was surprised to see, although he was a medical doctor, he died from prostate cancer. I cried, I was so physician, help thyself. Although you're a doctor, help yourself.
I tell kids.
Just a minute. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Come on. And the great words of Ice Cube. I tell children all the time. The man it was the doctor who invented Gatorade, okay? And he was the head of nephrology, that's kidneys, okay, at Florida University, okay? It was called Kickapoo juice back before it was because it was the Gators, so it was the Florida Gators. That's why they call it Gatorade. They gave it a catchy name now, but it was called Kickapoo juice, and it tasted horrible, okay? But you know what this man died of? Kidney failure, okay? And he was the head of the nephrology, the kidney department, okay? So, that's why it's good. You can't just take your doctor's word, okay? Learn to advocate for yourself. Learn to advocate, learn to ask questions for yourself, and use your logic and your reason. If you feel something is going wrong, don't take your doctor's answer for, you're okay. No, I feel something. A lot of doctors are, speak down and